Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Welcome to another session of Katha Jyoti. Children, do you know who was the strongest warrior in the times of the Mahabharata? Did you say Bhima? Oh no, Ghatotkacha? Duryodhana? Bhishma? No, none of them. The strongest warrior in that war was Barbarika. He was so strong that he could have ended the Mahabharata war in a minute. Oh, how, did you ask? Well, Barbarika was an ardent devotee of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva had given him a boon of 3 infallible arrows. What is the meaning of the word infallible? Means these arrows will never lose their aim. Okay? Hence, Barbarika was known as the bearer of the 3 arrows. And what were these mystical arrows? And who was this Barbarika? Well, Barbarika was the son of Ghatotkacha and the grandson of Bhima. He had learned the art of warfare from his mother Ahilavati. When Barbarika learned that the Pandavas and Kauravas would go to war, he wanted to be part of this epic battle. So he took his mother's permission and also made a very strange promise to her. He said, "Mother, if I feel the urge to participate in the battle, I will join the side which would be losing." Today, let's dig into the story of this lesser known legend of the Mahabharata. The Kurukshetra war was a few days away and both camps had begun preparations. One evening, Bhagwan Krishna asked all the great warriors on both sides, "If you fought this war alone, in how many days can you finish the war?" Bhishma said it will take him only 20 days to finish the war alone. Dronacharya said 25 days. Karna said 24. Arjuna said 28. But Barbarika declared 1 minute. Everyone was shocked and amazed by his answer. Immediately Lord Krishna became alert. He wanted to find out what made Barbarika so confident. "So, what makes you say that, Barbarika?" he asked. Then Barbarika revealed the secret of his magical arrows. "Lord Shiva has blessed me with 3 infallible arrows. I can use the first arrow to mark all the enemies that I want to destroy. Then, with the second arrow, I can mark all the things I want to save. And with the third arrow, I will go ahead and kill the entire enemy camp. Then all the arrows will return to my quiver." Then Bhagwan gave Barbarika the next challenge to test his incredible claim. "Okay, so can you tie all the leaves of this peepal tree under which we are standing with your arrows?" Barbarika accepted the challenge. Then he aimed at the peepal tree, closed his eyes, meditated for a few seconds, and let his arrow fly. At that exact moment, Lord Krishna plucked 1 leaf from the tree and hid it under his foot. Barbarika's arrow marked all the leaves of the peepal tree, and then it started to hover at Lord Krishna's feet. "What's happening?" exclaimed Krishna in surprise. "There must be a leaf beneath your foot, my lord," said Barbarika. "Please lift your foot, otherwise the arrow will pierce your leg to reach the leaf." After this amazing display of Barbarika's strength and skill, Krishna realized that this warrior was indeed dangerous. Immediately, Bhagwan's mind thought of a solution to nullify this Barbarika. "So, my dear Barbarika, from which side will you fight the war?" asked Krishna. I have promised my mother that I would support and fight along with the side which was losing in the war at any point, replied Barbarika. Krishna realized that this Barbarika did not understand the complexity of his principle of always fighting on the losing side. To make him understand what he had promised, Krishna said, Barbarika, just think. Whichever side you are going to support will win the battle. Correct. But the problem is, if you fight on the side of the Pandavas, then Kauravas will become weak. If you fight on the side of the Kauravas, then Pandavas will become weak. Therefore, you have to constantly switch sides to support the other side which has become weaker. And because of the promise you have made to the mother. In this way, you will keep oscillating between Pandavas and Kauravas and end up destroying armies on both sides. Thus, none of the sides will become victorious and you would be the lone survivor of the war. What is the use? That night, Barbarika could not sleep. He lay in bed thinking about what Krishna had said. It made sense. But he had promised his mother, "Oh, what should I do? You only show me the way out of this, Bhagavan," he prayed. So before the day of the battle, Krishna and Arjuna, they met Barbarika again. Krishna said, "We should worship the battlefield of Kurukshetra before the battle to win the war. For that, we need to sacrifice the head of the bravest warrior among us." "Why is that necessary, my lord?" asked Arjuna in humility. "Because this is a dharma yuddha, and for dharma to win, this sacrifice is very much needed," said Krishna. Next, Bhagavan directly addressed Barbarika and continued. "In this whole universe, there are only 3 soldiers who are eligible to satisfy this battlefield with the sacrifice of the head. It's Arjuna, you, or me, myself, Krishna." Arjuna immediately volunteered, "Oh Lord Krishna, please give me this opportunity to sacrifice myself for this battle of dharma." "Not possible," said Krishna. "I can't take the life of any Pandava because they are the sole reason for this dharma yuddha." Then Barbarika understood what Bhagavan's message was to him. Without uttering another word, he took out his sword and got ready to chop his head off to offer it as worship, which is exactly what Bhagavan wanted. "I am honored to sacrifice my head for the sake of dharma," said Barbarika. "But I have one last wish, my lord," he said humbly. "I set out from home to witness this epic battle. How can I do that if I die even before the battle has begun? Please fulfill this desire of mine." "So be it, blessed Lord Krishna." And thus, Krishna kept Barbarika's head alive and placed it on top of a hill. From there, Barbarika could witness the entire battle through Divya Drishti, the special eyesight granted to him by Lord Krishna. Now, does this sound cruel and unfair that Barbarika was deceived into sacrificing his head? No, not at all. Let us remember that Ishvara, the Lord of the universe, is never unfair. He can never be wrong. The sacrifice of Barbarika was a result of his own karma from his previous life as a yaksha. Once, Lord Brahma and other devatas visited Vaikunta and complained about the growing adharma on earth to Lord Vishnu. The Lord told the devas that he will soon incarnate on earth as a human being and he'll destroy all the evil forces. This yaksha had laughed at that time to declare that he alone was enough to kill all the evil elements on earth and that Lord Vishnu can relax in Vaikunta. Lord Brahma was very angry with this bragging and immediately he had cursed this yaksha that whenever the time comes to eliminate all evil forces on earth, Lord Vishnu will kill this yaksha first. Thus, Barbarika, who was the Yaksha reborn, had to sacrifice his head to Lord Vishnu in the avatara of Krishna. What do we understand by this? We have to understand that in the Dharma Yuddha, the ego is the first thing to be destroyed by the Lord when he incarnates on earth. So Bhagavan Krishna was very much pleased with this sacrifice of Barbarika. He gently took the head after the war and immersed it in the river named Rupavati and blessed it. I will grant you my name Shyam, which was given to me by my mother Yashoda Maya, said Bhagavan Krishna, and you will have miraculous powers to please your devotees. In Kali Yuga, you will be worshipped as a great god, as the great god Khatu Shyamji. This was the boon to Barbarika given by Lord Krishna. Then after several years in Kali Yuga, Barbarika's head was found in Khatu village in Rajasthan, it is said. This is the legend. Roop Singh Chauhan, who was the king of Khatu, he built a temple to place Barbarika's head. The place where the head was found is called Shyam Kund. Thus, in Rajasthan, people worship Barbarika as Lord Khatu Shyamji. It is said that due to Lord Krishna's blessings, just by taking the name of Barbarika with devotion, the wishes of devotees will be fulfilled. So, how did you all like this story? If this story inspires you, please spread it to others too. Let the story of Barbarika not remain an unsung song, the story of a warrior who never fought any war. Om Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma mamrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.